Good evening and thanks for joining us on your Wednesday. I'm Sophie Erber. We begin with some developing news at this hour. The Sioux City School Board is currently holding a vote as we speak to determine whether or not a mask mandate will be put back into place. This, of course, after that federal judge is halting enforcement of an Iowa law since Monday that made such a mandate illegal. It's our top story at 5. At the Educational Service Center in Sioux City, the debate over mask mandates in school rages on right now, with people voicing their opinions for both sides. More than 20 people spoke in front of the board this afternoon, with many against the mandate returning, saying it should be a parent's choice to mask their children or not, and should not be an issue decided by local school boards. Now, the board is discussing among themselves. Again, that's right now. We are expected to have a consensus very shortly. If we do get the results, we will bring them to you as soon as they are available. In Catholic schools in the Diocese of Sioux City will not be mandating masks. The diocese today says that only public schools were mentioned in that recent court order. Again, that court order came down Monday, allowing such mandates to return, and the Catholic schools were included in the May 2021 law that made school mask mandates illegal in the state of Iowa. And coming soon, Woodbury County's new law enforcement center. It is officially under construction, as we know, after many years of planning and much debate. Today, members of the County Board of Supervisors and Law Enforcement Authority broke ground. You can see right there, it's official on the site for the new LEC. While construction has been underway for the $58 million facility, today does mark the official beginning. The new law enforcement center is expected to be complete sometime in the spring of 2023. And Sioux City officials opened their ears to feedback today, the city holding its inaugural Community Speak Out series. That was to hear from Siouxlanders about their concerns regarding diversity issues. Various city departments were in attendance as people discussed diversity on city board commissions, plus a lack of community involvement, among other topics. Community Inclusion Liaison Smehar Gebekton said that this event is important because it helps the city understand exactly what changes people there want to see.
I hope that people take away that the city is sincere in their mission of communication and that they're really trying to amp up efforts to connect better with the community so that when we make decisions, we are keeping the folks who we serve in mind.
The city says they do plan to hold these events every other month with a different topic each time. The next discussion will be about the Sioux City Police Department specifically. For the last 2 days now, Texas Roadhouse locations from across the state partnered up with the Special Olympics. It was all in an effort to raise money for athletes to train and compete. Patrons could request that 10% of their bill go towards that organization. We spoke with Sue Davis, that's a coach for our local Sioux City team, the Knights, about what this means for their athletes.
Whether it's with Special Olympics or job, because a lot of our athletes are adults and work outside in the community, so they talk about their jobs, they talk about whatever sports they do, and they just love going out and interacting with individuals.
Over the 2 days, Texas Roadhouse was able to raise roughly $15,000 in the Iowa Special Olympics. Creighton University plans to invest $37 million in a new residence hall for their freshmen. It will be the Catholic institution's first new dormitory since 2006. Most of the 400-student dormitory will be divided into 4-person suites that will each have 2 bedrooms, 2 living spaces, and a shared bathroom. This new dorm will be built just a few blocks east of the new $75 million building. That will house Creighton School of Medicine. Both of these buildings are slated to open in the fall of 2023. Currently, Creighton has 8 dorms on campus. Time now, we turn our attention to the weather. Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson standing by. Scott, we definitely cooled off overnight and this morning, but warmed up nicely today.
Yeah, it feels very pleasant outside right now, Sophie. We've been able to see our temperatures move up into the upper 70s and lower 80s throughout most of Siouxland this afternoon. Topping things off at 80 degrees in Sioux City, 83 in Norfolk, Nebraska, 81 today in Denison, and 80 outside in Spencer. So a great September day. The wind is strong from the south. It looks to continue that way tonight, so we won't be cooling things off quite as much as these past few nights, with lows mainly in the 60s. Late tomorrow night, there is the chance of seeing some thunderstorms come back. A few of those may be severe, especially up north towards Sioux Falls. We'll have more information on that and what's coming up for the weekend in the 9 on 9 forecast. Sophie?
All right, thanks, Scott. The Justice Department is now banning chokeholds for federal law enforcement and putting limits on federal no-knock warrants. Now, at least 17 states already have banned chokeholds. The new policy for no-knock warrants requires officers serving a federal warrant to get approval from supervisors and a federal prosecutor. That is, if they are planning the no-knock entry. This, of course, comes after months of protest over the death of Breonna Taylor, who was shot and killed in her home as her boyfriend exchanged fire with police, who were executing a no-knock warrant. But civil rights attorney Lee Merritt, who represents the family of Ahmaud Arbery, has served as counsel for George Floyd's family and says the change will not make a big enough impact.
This is 100% performative. And, like I said, it's a kick in the chest for people who are looking for real change to come from the administration. I don't want anyone to get the idea that they should be slapping themselves on the back due to this change in policy that doesn't make anyone safer or improve policing in any meaningful way.
Almost all of the state bans on police chokeholds came after the death of George Floyd. That was, of course, in May of 2020. Today, 4 former Minneapolis police officers charged with violating George Floyd's civil rights pled not guilty to federal charges. George Floyd's convicted murderer, former officer Derek Chauvin, among them. They are all charged with depriving Floyd of his rights when they failed to provide him with medical care. Star Team USA gymnasts testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee today. This over the FBI's handling of sexual abuse complaints against former USA Gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze has the latest details.
During emotional Senate testimony, a remarkable display of strength and bravery by some of the world's top gymnasts.
Being here today is taking everything I have. My main concern is I hope I have the energy even to just walk out of here.
Allie Raisman, Simone Biles, Michaela Maroney, and Maggie Nichols told senators in painful detail how they were sexually abused by former USA Gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar. And they blasted the FBI for failing to stop the abuse.
To be clear, I blame Larry Nassar, and I also blame an entire system that enabled and perpetrated his abuse.
The hearing comes in response to a July report by the Justice Department Inspector General. It found FBI agents failed to respond with the urgency required once they learned about the sexual abuse allegations against Nassar in 2015. And then agents tried to cover up their mistakes.
They chose to lie about what I said and protect a serial child molester.
Nassar was sentenced to up to 175 years in prison in 2018 for molesting hundreds of gymnasts. But the survivors say they're still waiting for justice.
I am tired of waiting for people to do the right thing because my abuse was enough and we deserve justice.
Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
Members from FIFA Soccer's international governing body are touring Nashville this week. It's a potential site for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Nashville is one of 17 U.S. cities in the running tonight. 23 officials from FIFA will spend the day in Nashville this Thursday, touring Nissan Stadium and also viewing potential FanFest sites downtown. They'll also be scouting out possible training facilities for the teams, including fields at universities and other stadiums in the city limits.
I think it forever changes the minds of any doubters. If there are doubters left out there about what this city can do, they're gone forever.
Now, under the most recent plan for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, the United States would host 60 of the 80 matches, while Canada and Mexico would hold 10 matches each. We jump into business news. Amazon says it plans to hire another 125,000 transportation and delivery workers. And on average, those new hires will be making roughly $18 an hour. In some locations where the labor market is especially tight, those new hires could also get a $3,000 sign-on bonus. You might have seen the ads already. Apple has officially introduced its iPhone 13 lineup of phones. They get better battery life and better cameras. The prices start at $700 for the mini version. And today does mark the start of Hispanic Heritage Month, and we are celebrating with a story of women's empowerment through craft beer. Why it's a meaningful pursuit for two Latinas coming up in about 10 minutes.
And it's going to be a hot one out there tomorrow with highs stretching near 90 degrees. A strong breeze is also expected to blow through. Some scattered storms late tomorrow night going through Friday. We'll be back near 90 as we go through next week. Join us for the 9 on 9 forecast. It's coming up next.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Sophie Erber and Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson. This is KCAU 9 News at 5.
Back into the 60s on Tuesday afternoon, and then hovering right around 70 with overnight lows in the 40s.
Overall, not a bad forecast, especially for mid-September now.
That's right. Just kind of hot this weekend, so be prepared for that.
All right, thanks a lot, Scott. Well, if you are planning to spend this fall out hiking, safety does come first. Here's some tips from a park ranger to keep your adventure on track. Coming up in about 7 minutes. But first, to start off Hispanic Heritage Month, we are taking a trip out to California, where Mujeres Brewhouse is empowering women in craft beer. What inspires their mission next? For some women, the beer world could be intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. Clara Benitez introduces us to Mujeres Brewhouse, where a tall glass of empowerment is always being poured.
In the heart of Barrio Logan, you'll find Mujeres Brewhouse, where you can get a Buenas Vibras blonde ale or a Pachamama double IPA.
We started Mujeres Brew Club in 2019, and that was an educational series to empower Latinas who drink craft beer already.
A brewery to empower and inspire women of color in craft beer.
You're going to walk into a bar and say, oh, I know that I like that style of beer, you know, because that's really intimidating for women. You walk in, you see this big board, and you're just like, oh my gosh, what am I going to order? But at least you're going to have enough knowledge that you're going to say, I do not like that style of beer, but I love that style of beer. And that's what we're trying to do here, and that's what we're trying to teach.
Owned and operated by two Latinas, Carmen Favela and Estela Davila.
When I grew up here, obviously it was very rough. You know, a lot of gang activity, a lot of violence.
Davila growing up just a block away from the brewery, and says she couldn't be happier to be giving back to her neighborhood.
The fact that Carmen and myself were able to bring this to this community is very, very important, because a lot of people think, oh, well, you know, barrio, but it's changing so much, and it's changing so much for the better that, you know, we couldn't be more proud to bring this here.
The brew house filled with Latino-inspired art, including a mural representing the Mujeres logo.
If you go back in history, Ninkasi is the beer goddess, I guess you could say. And so that's kind of where the inspiration comes from.
Inspiration to continue to empower women of color in craft beer.
And just a reminder, News Nation Prime comes your way every night at 7 Central. And at 6 of the Donlin Report, we have a preview.
Tonight on the Donlin Report, star Olympic gymnasts demanding justice in what they're calling a cover-up. I'll talk with a victim of Larry Nassar on what needs to change in the sport. And we'll also explore the stunning new admission from the FBI involving this case. Now here's Leland Vittert with a preview of On Balance.
Thanks, Joe. Tonight, new images of Chinese warships off the coast of Alaska, what the sighting in U.S. waters means for national security, and what the Biden administration plans to do about it. That's coming up On Balance tonight, followed by News Nation Prime.
If you're interested, you can see some of the channels here, or just be sure to check your local guide. Well, how safe are you out on the trails? While taking a nice walk in nature is fun, it can be dangerous too. Stay tuned for a few tips to help you stay prepared beyond packing your water and snacks next. No matter where adventure calls you, it is important to put safety first. So whether you're a hiker or even a rock climber, Jack Taylor has a little bit of advice from a park ranger that can give you more peace of mind.
Scenic trails such as the Endless Wall, Long Point, and many others, people travel from all over to take in the views of West Virginia.
One of the things that makes the New River Gorge so unique are how many great hikes there are out to really spectacular overlooks.
But there are key things to remember when hiking or rock climbing. Specifically with hiking, park rangers recommend watching your footing and staying away from open ledges.
But also rock climbing is one of our big activities that people come here to do. So chances are if you're up at the top of a ledge, there may be somebody climbing underneath, and just dislodging a rock and knocking it off the side of the cliff is something that you should be concerned about.
For those scaling the mountainside, Beery says preparation is key.
The most important thing is to make sure you know what you're doing, you have the skills, you've got the proper equipment, and and know how to use that.
Whether you're going hiking or rock climbing, Beery says the best precaution you can take is letting someone know where you are going to be and when you plan to get back.
That's extremely important because a lot of times, something happens, somebody doesn't show up after they went on a hike, and if we don't know where they're at, there's over 100 miles of hiking trails in the park. So, just knowing where that person was.
Take a live look outside right now from downtown Sioux City on a warm night. Scott returns with one more check on your forecast. Stay with us. Before we wrap up here at 5, let's check in first with Tim for what's coming up at 6. Hi, Tim.
Hey, good afternoon, Sophie. As you reported earlier in the newscast, the directors with the Sioux City Community School District this afternoon meeting in special session to consider the implementation, of a mask mandate within the Sioux City Community School District. After 2.5 hours of discussion and sometimes heated debate, a motion was made to implement that mandate. However, a second was not offered. Therefore, that vote fell without any action today. The Sioux City Community School Districts will continue as they currently are without a mask mandate. Also, coming up at 6, we'll also take a look at central Iowa. That's where the First Lady of the United States was today, making a stop in Ankeny, stopping for her husband's Build Back Better program. That's at 6, all after World News Tonight.
All right, we'll check back then, and we'll see you in Jake. And temperatures a little chillier again overnight.
Yeah, a little bit cool out there tonight, Sophie, but it should be decent enough. A low of 64 in Sioux City. Tomorrow it's going to be hot, a high of 89 in the afternoon. Bright sunny skies, a strong breeze from the south. It looks like some storms will move in late tomorrow night, lasting into Friday.
All right, thanks a lot, Scott. Thank you for joining us. We'll all see you here tonight again at 6. Until then, have a great night.